What's up, guys? I got 5 college football plays for you guys for Saturday, September 21st. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Like I said, I have 5 plays for you guys. I don't have money lines in this video. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. If you want our money lines, I'm going to have some free money lines posted in our Discord server. Make sure you guys join the Discord server. I'm trying to get this video out just a little bit early, so I haven't had a chance to look at every single game for Saturday college football. I'll have that done tonight. But I do have player props. And before we jump into anything, I am going to pick a winner from our last video to get free VIP. So what I do in every single video is if that video gets 150 likes. So if this video gets 150 likes, I'll pick a random comment to get a free month of our VIP. So make sure you guys smash the like button, leave a comment on the video. You do have to be subscribed to win. Let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday's video. So winner is going to be, drum roll please, Patrick Williams. He said, let's get it. Yes, sir. Send me a message on Discord, Patrick. I got you a free month of VIP, and I do appreciate the love and support from every single one of you. Even on the bad days, you guys are kind-hearted, and I do appreciate it because sometimes that hate gets to you, man. I try not to let it, but sometimes you have a bad night, you're already feeling kind of irritated, and people start talking trash. It kind of gets under your skin a little bit. But anyways, guys, if you do want to get all of our plays, you can head on over to our Patreon or our WAP. Either one of these platforms, you guys can sign up for our VIP, and they do the exact same thing. They send you to the exact same place, so it just depends on which platform you prefer. But it's there, 25 bucks a month. You get every single slip that we post, every slip our mods post, and would love to have you guys a part of the team. But let's go ahead and jump into these free picks, guys. So I do have 2 goblin plays for you guys today, and then I have 3 original lines, and then tomorrow I'll have 2 or 3 money lines for your sportsbook plays down in our Discord server. So join the Discord, link down in the description, and let's do our first play. So first play, I'm a Kentucky fan. You guys all know that. I'm a huge Kentucky fan. I always will be, and I have to have at least 1 Kentucky play every single day. I'm gonna try to do that in every week, but obviously if there's no value, I'm not gonna force it. But I do like this play a lot, so we're gonna lock in our man SumoK. We're taking him over 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns. Something simple, just a goblin play. He should cash this for us. They're playing against Ohio. Kentucky are -20 favorites. They should be able to score this easily. You can look at SumoK's rushing yards. It's sitting at 95.5. That's a lot of rushing yards, man. He did cash that versus Georgia, which is obviously a feat in itself, but Georgia didn't play very well. Kentucky's kept it close. I was hoping we could pull the win, which we didn't, but I will say this 94.5 scares me a little bit just because I feel like our boy Brock's gonna try to air the ball out some too. He's gonna try to pad his stats a little bit too, man, because he's had a rough season to start this game. And I don't know if SumoK is gonna get as many carries to get 95 rushing yards. Now he could have a couple big breakaways. Looking at Ohio's rushing defense, they do have a pretty decent rushing defense, 37th in the nation, 103 per game. This number's kind of high for me. That's why I faded that one. But as rushing TDs, this one should be free for us. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Shows a demon play on Prizepicks. I'm just going to click this. I guess that means goblin as well. He catched his first game. He missed it his last 2. But Kentucky didn't really score any touchdowns. They had 2 field goals versus Kentucky. Then they have 4 field goals versus Georgia, which, yeah, I mean, they didn't. There's no way he could have scored that. So first game versus USM, 31-0. They only played 3 quarters. Kentucky still, or Sumo still got that one. He's going to have his chance. Looking at Ohio's touchdown defense, 55. They give up 2.5 per game, pretty much. But I like this play. Our man SumoK is going to get the carries. He's going to have the chance, and I think he's going to break ones free, and I think he's going to get that TD. So that's going to be pick number 1. SumoK over 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdowns. So let's get him locked in for pick number 2. I'm going to go ahead and jump into our second goblin. We'll get the 2 goblins out of the way, then we'll jump into our regular picks. So our second goblin is going to be for our man Cam Ward. You guys, I mean, this play doesn't even really need an explanation. Taking him over 274.5 passing yards. Miami is a monstrous team this season. I actually like Miami pretty decently, and I like Cam Ward as a quarterback. So looking at this, I got Ward is off to another incredible start this year so far. He's averaging 345 yards through the air per game, and this South Florida defense will have no answer. This game has a huge 65-point total, so it's going to be a high-scoring game as well, and Ward's going to try to pad these stats. He's definitely going to be a Heisman candidate. He's going to try to pad these stats tonight, and I think he's going to do it. So let's go over here to Ward, Cam Ward. We're going to kick props, go down to passing yards. If you guys want to know what platform this is, it's called OUTLIER.bet. Free trial for that's down in the description. You get 7 days for free if you use our link. After that, you do have to pay. I don't really get much for this, but anyway, I'm just letting you guys know what I use. So passing yards, we'll go over here to 274.5. Cashed at 8 of his last 10 games. He obviously cashed at 8 of 12 last season. He's cashed at every game so far this season. 3 of 3, 385, 304, 346 in his last 3 games. Looking at USF's defense, they give up 94th in the nation in passing yards at 237.7 per game, which is absolutely insane. So looking at the offense and defense stats here, 405 per game with for Miami, and then 237. That's looking like a really good day to take Cam Ward, especially his the Goblin play. You could take his original line; it's probably going to cash, but his original line is really inflated. I don't think he's going to keep 350 passing yards every single game. Maybe he does, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to have one game where he goes under, and I'm hoping this one ain't it. But anyway, you can see 53% pass rate for Florida or Miami. I mean Miami, Florida, and a 47% run rate. They obviously have a really good running back as well. But anyways, like this play for Cam Ward, 274.5. I think that one's going to cash, and I got him locked in as our Goblin play number 2 of the day. And he's locked in. So for our next 3, we'll be jumping over to some original lines. So we do have 2 more original lines for you guys, or 3 more original lines, my bad, over here. So first one's going to be for our man Garrett Newsome. We're taking LSU's quarterback. And let's go ahead and just get all the other props off the board. So we're going to take him over 294.5 passing yards. This is another high number, another quarterback that should have an insane game tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and read my write-up before we jump into the outlier plays. But I got Noose has hit this in 2 of his 3 games this season. He did miss it his last game versus South Carolina, but he still had 285 passing yards in that game. So he barely missed it. Playing against UCLA tonight, UCLA has a terrible passing defense. They allow 267 passing yards per game, which is 215th in the nation, one of the worst teams in the nation in terms of passing yards. Rourke from Indiana just had over 300 passing yards last week versus UCLA. So we'll go ahead and pull them up over here. Our man Noose, and taking his passing yards. 294.5. This season, cashed at 2 of 3 at 308, 302, 285. You see UCLA, 112, 267. Did I say 215th? Anyway, based off of theirs, to 112. But 267 passing yards per game allowed. Come over here to offense versus defense. You can see the little bar. They average over 300 passing yards per game. They give up 267. This 294 should be pretty easy. I ain't going to say easy, but it should be a number that Garrett can be able to hit tonight, and I like to play. Looking at their pass versus run rate, they throw the ball 61% of the time. So he's going to get the chances. I think they're going to smash UCLA, and I think they're going to do it through the passing game. So like this play for my man Garrett Newsome over 294.5, and I do have him locked in. And before we jump into our next 2 plays, I do want to give a big shout out to DGF Fantasy. If you guys, or DG Fantasy, if you guys don't know what DG is, it is an optimizer. It's a tool that takes all of our plays from our apps like Prizepicks, UNDERDOG, compares it directly to sports books, makes line shopping easy, guys. You can see how many props are on the board. You don't have to just blindly tell these, but I do recommend you guys give DGF a chance. Use code ACES whenever you sign up, and you'll get 25% off your entire purchase. So if you buy it for a year, if it's like $600 for a year, you get 25% off of that, and you get our VIP for a year. You get our VIP for as long as you keep DGF. And I'm gonna show you a way we can do this, a way that you can look at DGF. So an example will be here for we'll take Newsome. We'll pull up Garrett real quick. See if he is on here. Maybe he's not on here. So Newsome, they got him. You can look at his under. They have 51% to go under, and then they have 48% to go over. And the way they take their props, they take it based off of what the books have it at. So I'm locking in. I'm not going to let this sway my pick, but I'm just showing you what you can do. You can see that some of these books have them at 287, 298. Most of them have it at under the 294. So they're locking in the under, and if they have it at minus 114 to go under 287, that looks bad on the plays that are even higher, because it gives better odds for it to go under that. So minus 127 odds. Still coin flip play. 51%, I wouldn't even trust that. When it gets to like 54, 55, that's when you could take plays and a good chance to hit. But I'm locking in Newsome over. I think he's going to cash it. That's just a way you can use DGF if you want to try it. And it is there. Like I said, links down in the description. So jumping into our next play, pick number 4 of the day. We're going to be jumping over to our man Samuel Brown. Locking in the Miami, Florida wide receiver. And I did this because I like doing some correlation for college football and NFL. So correlation play, Samuel Brown, 34.5 passing yards. He's the most targeted wide receiver on Miami's team. If we're taking Cam Ward to get pretty much 300 passing yards, somebody's gonna have to get these receiving yards. So looking at Samuel Brown, looking at the amount of targets he gets, he should be able to cash this easy. So I'm gonna come over here. Samuel Brown, over 34.5. So far this season, he cashed at 2 of his 3 games. He cashed at 9 of 12 games last season. Several games he had over 100 receiving yards. So far this season, he hasn't got the 100 receiving yards. He got 44 his last game. He got 35 the game for that, and 19 versus Florida before that. So hasn't had that many opportunities. Looking at USF, they had 94th in the nation in receiving yards allowed at 237, 238. You can see the targets here. He had 7 targets, 6 targets, 8 targets, 5 receptions, 4 receptions, 3 receptions. I think he's going to get somewhere around here, 6 to 8 tonight. And I think if he gets anywhere near that, he's going to cash his 35 because they're going to move the ball all over USF. And I think Samuel Brown's definitely going to have enough catches or enough targets to get over 34.5. So that's just my opinion. I like this play. You can't come down here to look at the other receivers. You got Xavier Restrepo. You got Isaiah Horton, Jacoby George. You got all these players with more than 10 targets so far this season. But you can see Samuel Brown has 3 more targets than Xavier, who is their second most targeted receiver. He has 20% of targets, and 1 of 5 passes will go to our man Samuel Brown according to that. I like the odds here. I like to play here at 34.5. I'm going to take that all day. So locking in Samuel Brown as pick number 4 for today. And then for our 5th final player prop of the day, we're going to lock in our man Henry Parish. With a name like that, you can't not take this dude. 99.5 rushing yards. I'm taking the over. That is a massive number. So looking at the Ole Miss versus Georgia Southern game, it has a, let's see here, a 67.5 total for the game. So minus 35 for Ole Miss to win this game. And with odds like that, they're going to be moving the ball a lot, that high of a total. So I decided I was going to take the rushing yards for a man Parish. He's been smashing this number so far this season. And at 99.5, I'm going to lock him in still, man. 99.5 is obviously a lot of rushing yards. Look at his 3 games this season. He had 133 his last game versus Wake Forest. Game before that, he had 165. And the game before that, he had 40, which obviously wasn't very good. But they won 76-0, 52-3. 40-6, been smashing their opponents. Georgia Southern gives up 132nd in the nation in rushing yards allowed, over 236 rushing yards per game on average, which is high rushing yards. He has 22 rush attempts his last game, 14 the game before that. He's going to get the carries. Looking at Ole Miss, they have a 50% pass and run rate, so half of the game they're going to be running the ball, half they're going to be throwing it. I think they're going to smash the Georgia Southern, and I think that they're going to be running the ball even more to end the game. So, like this play a lot. It does say he's failed to exceed in 6 of his last 7, but that doesn't even make sense because 2 of his last 2 games he's cashed it. So, I don't know. The insight's not looking too right for me. So, can see the rush attempts. Matt Jones will get some carries. So will Jackson Dart. They're going to have other players get carries, but Henry Parish got 44, which is 36% of the carries this game or on the season so far. And I just like to play, man. Henry Parish, 99.5. I think he's going to get it for us. If he doesn't, or if you don't like to play, you're more than welcome to fade this play. So those are our 5 player props. We're going to do a little recap. So we got Demi Sumo Kongbe over 0.5 rushing receiving TDs. We got Cam Ward over 274.5 passing yards. Garrett Newsome over 294.5 passing yards. Samuel Brown over 34.5 receiving yards. That way we can pair that with Cam Ward and have a nice little correlation going on. And then we got Henry Parish Jr. over 99.5 rushing yards. So those are our 5 plays, guys. Like I said, I will have a few 2 or 3 money lines or sportsbook plays, or maybe 1 parlay for all of them that will be posted in our Discord server for free tomorrow. So make sure you guys join our Discord server. Make sure you guys join our VIP to get all of our plays. Hit that like button and leave a comment for your chance at free VIP. And I'll see y'all in the next video.